Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure seekers. Today we're diving into one of the most iconic coins in American history, the United States Washington Quarter Dollar. While millions of Washington quarters have passed through everyday hands since 1932, only a select few have achieved legendary status in the numismatic world. Certain dates, mint marks, rare errors, and exceptional conditions have turned ordinary 25-cent coins into auction sensations worth thousands, and in some cases, tens of thousands of dollars. In this video, we'll explore the top 6 most valuable Washington quarters and uncover what makes them so rare and desirable. So let's get started. First up, the United States Washington Quarter Dollar from 1969, without a mint mark even in dirty condition, and exploring how certain examples of this everyday coin have reached impressive values in the auction market. Many collectors overlook circulated or dirty coins, but sometimes hidden beneath that layer of grime is a piece of history worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Before you spend that old quarter sitting in your drawer, you may want to watch this carefully. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, the coin quickly became a permanent part of American currency. By 1965, the United States Mint removed silver from quarters due to rising silver prices and replaced it with a copper-nickel clad composition. The 1969 Washington Quarter falls into this clad era, meaning it contains no silver, but that does not mean it lacks value. A 1969 quarter without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. During that time, Philadelphia coins typically did not carry a mint mark, while Denver coins displayed a D. The late 1960s were also a period when minting errors were more common due to high production demands. This makes certain 1969 quarters especially interesting to collectors today. The 1969 Washington Quarter features a left-facing portrait of George Washington on the obverse, with the word Liberty above his head and the phrase, "In God we trust," to the left. The date 1969 appears on the right side. On the reverse, you will find a powerful eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and readiness, with olive branches beneath representing peace. The inscriptions United States of America and E Pluribus Unum appear above, while quarter dollar is displayed at the bottom. Even in dirty condition, the details of Washington's hair, the eagle's feathers, and the sharpness of the lettering are critical factors in determining value. Sometimes dirt and toning can hide strong original luster underneath. Professional cleaning is never recommended, as improper cleaning can reduce the coin's value significantly. In some cases, what appears to be dirt could actually be natural toning, which collectors often appreciate. One of the most important aspects of a 1969 quarter without a mint mark is the possibility of errors. Double dies, off-center strikes, and other mint mistakes can dramatically increase value. A well-known example from this era is the rare 1969 double die variety, which can command substantial prices when authenticated. In general circulation, millions of 1,969 quarters were produced, so standard worn examples are common. However, high-grade uncirculated coins are much harder to find today. Many were heavily used in daily transactions, leaving few in pristine condition. This creates strong demand among collectors searching for well-preserved pieces. Error coins from 1969 are where the true rarity lies. Collectors are constantly hunting for unusual features such as doubling in the lettering or date. Because these varieties are scarce and not always easy to detect, they create excitement in the numismatic community. Even a dirty quarter can turn out to be valuable if it contains a rare mint error. In typical circulated and dirty condition, a regular 1969 Philadelphia quarter without mint mark is usually worth face value, around $203,000 depending on condition. However, coins in better circulated grades can bring $203,000 if they have strong details and eye appeal. When we move into uncirculated condition, values can rise significantly. Mint state examples graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services may sell for $203,000 or more, depending on quality and demand. The real excitement comes with error coins. A verified double die or significant mint error from 1969 can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Some rare high-grade error specimens from the late 1960s have reached prices above $5,000 in competitive bidding. This is why careful examination is so important before dismissing any old quarter as ordinary. If you find a 1969 Washington quarter without a mint mark in dirty condition, resist the urge to clean it. Cleaning can scratch the surface and permanently lower its value. Instead, examine the coin under good lighting and magnification to look for doubling in the letters and numbers, unusual strike characteristics, or other anomalies. the coin to ensure it matches the standard clad weight of approximately 5.67 grams. If you suspect an error or if the coin appears to have sharp details despite surface dirt, you may want to consult a professional coin dealer or submit it to a reputable grading service such as PCGS or NGC. Authentication can make a huge difference when selling at auction. Patience is also key. Coin values fluctuate depending on collector demand and market conditions. Keeping your coin protected in a proper holder will preserve its condition while you decide whether to sell or hold it as part of your collection. The 1969 Washington quarter without a mint mark may seem like an ordinary piece of pocket change, especially in dirty condition. Yet beneath that worn surface could be a collectible coin with surprising auction value. While most examples are worth only face value, high-grade pieces and rare mint errors can command impressive prices in the numismatic market. The key is knowledge, careful inspection, and proper preservation. Next up, the 1965 Washington quarter without a mint mark may look ordinary, especially in fine condition, but this coin represents a major turning point in American coinage history. In today's video, we will explore the story behind the 1965 quarter, its historical importance, its unique features, its rarity in certain forms, and how some examples have reached impressive prices in the auction market. If you enjoy searching pocket change or collecting US coins, this is one date you definitely need to understand. The year 1965 was revolutionary for United States coinage. Due to rising silver prices and coin shortages, the U.S. Mint made a historic decision to remove silver from circulating dimes and quarters. Before 1965, Washington quarters were struck in 90% silver. Starting in 1965, the composition changed to a copper-nickel clad format, with a pure copper core sandwiched between nickel layers. This change marked the end of the silver era for quarters in everyday circulation. The 1965 Washington quarter was produced in massive numbers to meet public demand during the coin shortage. Interestingly, from 1965 through 1967, the U.S. Mint temporarily removed mint marks from all coins in an effort to discourage collectors from hoarding new issues. That means a 1965 quarter without a mint mark does not necessarily mean it was struck in Philadelphia. Coins were produced in multiple facilities but intentionally left without identifying marks. This historical detail makes the 1965 quarter especially significant in U.S. numismatics. The 1965 Washington quarter features the classic left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Above his head appears the word Liberty, while the phrase "In God We Trust" is displayed to the left. The date 1965 is positioned on the right side. Even in fine condition, you should still see clear outlines in Washington's hair and facial features, though somewhere will be visible. On the highest points, the reverse design showcases a strong heraldic eagle with wings spread wide, clutching arrows in its talons, with olive branches below. The inscriptions United States of America and E Pluribus Unum arch above the eagle, while quarter dollar appears along the bottom rim. In fine condition, feathered details on the eagle's wings are partially worn but still visible, and most lettering remains bold and readable. One of the most important features of the 1965 quarter is its edge. Unlike the solid silver edge of earlier quarters, the 1965 coin shows a visible copper stripe along the rim due to its clad composition. However, there are extremely rare and valuable 1965 quarters that were mistakenly struck on leftover 90% silver planchets. These transitional era coins are among the most sought-after modern U.S. rarities, because over 8 billion 1965 quarters were minted. Standard circulated examples in fine condition are common. However, the true rarity lies in specific high-grade coins and mint errors. Transitional silver era quarters from 1965 are exceptionally rare because they were struck accidentally using old silver blanks. Only a small number have been confirmed, and these coins are highly prized among serious collectors. Collectors also search for double die varieties, off-center strikes, and other minting mistakes from this year. Since 1965 marked the beginning of clad coinage, it holds a special place in American coin history. Demand remains steady because it represents a major shift in U.S. monetary composition. Coins in better than average condition for circulation, especially those with sharp details and minimal marks, are also attractive to collectors building high-quality sets. In fine circulated condition, a standard 1965 Washington quarter without a mint mark typically holds a value between $405,000 depending on eye appeal and preservation. While this may not sound impressive, condition plays a significant role. Uncirculated examples can sell for $304,000 or more, particularly in higher mint state grades certified by professional grading services. However, the true excitement comes from rare errors. A verified 1965 silver transitional error quarter has sold at auction for $304,000, with some examples bringing $304,000 depending on grade and certification. These rare pieces are considered modern treasures in the coin collecting world. Other dramatic error coins from 1965, such as major double dies or off-metal strikes, can also command hundreds or thousands of dollars at auction. The key difference between an ordinary quarter and a valuable one often lies in small but important details. If you have a 1965 Washington quarter in fine condition, start by examining the edge. Look for the copper stripe that indicates standard clad composition. If the edge appears solid silver without the copper line, you may want to weigh the coin carefully. A silver quarter weighs approximately 6.25 grams, while a clad quarter weighs about 5.67 grams. Any unusual weight could signal a rare transitional error. Avoid cleaning the coin, even if it appears dull. Cleaning can damage the surface and significantly reduce collector value. Use proper magnification to inspect the lettering and date for signs of doubling or unusual features. If you believe you have a rare variety, consider submitting the coin to a reputable grading company such as PCGS or NGC for professional authentication. Certification can dramatically increase buyer confidence and auction value. Proper storage is equally important. Keep your coin in a protective holder away from moisture and extreme temperatures to preserve its condition over time. The 1965 Washington quarter without a mint mark in fine condition may seem like just another piece of pocket change, but it represents a historic transition in American coinage. While most examples are common and worth modest amounts, rare high-grade coins and especially silver transitional errors can be worth thousands of dollars at auction. Understanding the history, features, and potential errors of this coin can help you recognize hidden value in what appears to be an ordinary quarter. Next up, the P Washington quarter has developed a strong following among collectors, and certain examples have reached impressive prices in the auction market. In today's video, we'll explore the history, features, rarity, and market value of the quarter with the P mint mark, even in worn condition. You might be surprised to learn that condition, errors, and grading can make a dramatic difference in value. The Washington Quarter series began in 1932 to celebrate the 200th birthday of George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan, the coin became a permanent fixture in American currency. By 1965, quarters transitioned from 90% silver to a copper-nickel clad composition due to rising silver prices. The 1984 Washington quarter was struck during the clad era and features the familiar design that Americans used for decades before the state quarters program began in 1999. The P mint mark on the quarter indicates it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Interestingly, Philadelphia did not place mint marks on quarters until making the P mint mark a relatively modern addition at that time. In 1984, hundreds of millions of quarters were produced to meet circulation demand, but not all surviving examples are equal in quality or desirability today. The P quarter displays the classic portrait of George Washington facing left. The word Liberty arches above his head, while In God We Trust appears to the left. The date is located on the right side, and just below it you will see the small but important P mint mark. In worn condition, high points such as Washington's hair and cheek show noticeable flattening, but major details and lettering should remain visible. The reverse features the iconic eagle with wings fully spread, clutching arrows in its talons, with olive branches beneath. The inscriptions United States of America and E Pluribus Unum appear above the eagle, while quarter dollar is inscribed along the bottom rim. In circulated condition, the eagle's breast feathers and wing details often show smoothing from years of handling. The coin is composed of a copper core sandwiched between outer layers of nickel, giving it a total weight of approximately 5.67 grams. The reeded edge reveals a visible copper stripe, confirming its clad composition. While most P quarters are standard circulation coins, collectors pay close attention to strike quality, surface preservation, and potential mint errors. The P quarter does not seem rare because of its high mintage. However, worn examples that remain attractive and problem-free are more collectible than heavily damaged pieces. Additionally, high-grade uncirculated coins from 1984 are surprisingly difficult to find with strong strikes and minimal marks. Many coins from the early United were poorly struck due to heavy production demands and aging equipment at the mint. One of the key reasons for growing collector interest in the P quarter is the presence of valuable error varieties. Double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and other mint mistakes have been discovered for this year. These error coins are much rarer than standard issues and can command significant premiums. Collectors building data mint sets of Washington quarters also create steady demand for well-preserved examples. In typical worn circulated condition, a EI2 Washington quarter is generally worth its face value of $405,000 to around $405,000 if it has decent eye appeal. Coins graded in very fine or extremely fine condition may sell for a few dollars, especially if they show strong remaining detail. Uncirculated examples in mint state condition can bring $405,000 depending on grade and surface quality. However, coins graded at the very top levels, such as MS-66 or higher by professional grading services, have sold for several $100s at auction due to their scarcity in superb condition. Error coins from 1984 can be far more valuable. Significant double die varieties or dramatic mint errors have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the severity and certification. The difference between an ordinary quarter and a high-value piece often comes down to small but important details that many people overlook. If you find a worn EI2 quarter, start by examining it carefully under good lighting. Look closely at the date, lettering, and mint mark for signs of doubling or unusual characteristics. Even minor variations can add collector interest. Avoid cleaning the coin, as cleaning can permanently damage the surface and reduce its potential value. The standard weight of 5.67 grams can help verify authenticity. If your coin appears unusual or displays strong doubling or striking errors, consider having it evaluated by a professional coin dealer. Submitting rare finds to grading services such as PCGS or NGC can increase buyer confidence and auction results. Proper storage is essential. Keep your coins in protective holders away from moisture and environmental damage. Even worn coins can retain collectible value if they are well preserved. The EI2 Washington quarter in worn condition may seem like an ordinary piece of pocket change, but it holds more potential than many people realize. While most examples are worth only a small premium over face value, high-grade coins and rare mint errors can command impressive prices in the auction market. Understanding the history, features, and possible varieties of this coin can help you identify hidden value in your collection. So before you spend that old 1984 quarter, take a closer look. You might just discover that a simple 25-cent coin carries a much bigger story and possibly a much bigger price tag.
Next up, the EI2 Washington quarter dollar has gained attention among numismatists, particularly when it comes to high-grade examples and rare mint errors. In today's video, we'll explore the history, design features, rarity, collector demand, and auction market value of the EI2 quarter in circulated condition. You may be surprised to learn that even a common-looking coin can hold unexpected potential. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, the coin became one of the most recognizable pieces of U.S. currency. In 1965, the composition changed from 90% silver to a copper-nickel-clad format due to rising silver prices and coin shortages. By EI2, the quarter had been in its clad form for 2 decades and was widely used in daily commerce across the country. The D Mint mark on the EI2 quarter indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint. In 1985, the Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of quarters for circulation. Although the mintage was high, the heavy production demands of the era sometimes resulted in weaker strikes and surface imperfections. Over time, most of these coins entered circulation and experienced wear, making high-quality examples more desirable today. The EI2 Washington quarter features the familiar portrait of George Washington facing left. Above his head is the inscription Liberty, while In God We Trust appears to the left. The date EI2 is positioned on the right side, with the small D mint mark located just below it. In circulated condition, Washington's hair details and cheek area often show flattening, and the overall surface may display light scratches from years of use. The reverse design showcases the heraldic eagle with wings fully extended. The eagle holds arrows in its talons, symbolizing strength, while olive branches below represent peace. The words United States of America and E Pluribus Unum curve above the eagle, and quarter dollar is inscribed at the bottom. In circulated coins, the eagle's breast feathers and wing tips typically show the first signs of wear. The coin is composed of a copper core bonded between outer layers of nickel, with a standard weight of approximately 5.67 grams. The reeded edge reveals a visible copper stripe, confirming its clad composition. While the overall design remained consistent for decades, collectors pay close attention to strike sharpness, luster, and potential mint errors that can dramatically affect value. The EI2 quarter had a large mintage. Rarity does not always depend solely on production numbers. Circulated examples are common, but coins in exceptional condition are much harder to find. Many 1985 quarters were heavily used in vending machines, parking meters, and everyday transactions, leading to significant wear over time. Collectors are particularly interested in high-grade mint state examples and in rare error varieties. Double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and other mint mistakes have been discovered for this year. These error coins are far scarcer than regular circulation pieces and often generate strong bidding competition at auctions. Additionally, collectors building complete Washington quarter sets seek high-quality representatives from each mint, maintaining steady demand for better preserved D coins in standard circulated condition. D Washington quarter is generally worth face value, about $506,000. However, coins in nicer circulated grades such as extremely fine may sell for $506,000 depending on eye appeal. While this may seem modest, condition and originality play important roles in collector value. Uncirculated examples can bring $506,000 or more, particularly if graded in higher mint state levels. Coins certified in MS66 or higher have reached auction prices of several $100s due to their scarcity in top condition. The real excitement comes from error coins. A significant double die or dramatic mint error from D can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the nature of the error and its certified grade. These rare varieties are what transform an ordinary quarter into a highly valuable collectible. If you have a D quarter in circulated condition, begin by examining it under strong lighting and magnification. Look carefully at the date, mint mark, and lettering for signs of doubling or unusual characteristics. Pay attention to the coin's overall strike quality and surface preservation. Avoid cleaning the coin, as cleaning can permanently reduce its value. Even circulated coins retain greater appeal when their surfaces remain original. Weighing the coin to confirm the standard 5.67 grams can help verify authenticity. If you suspect your coin has a rare error or exceptional condition, consider consulting a professional coin dealer or submitting it to a reputable grading service such as PCGS or NGC. Professional certification can significantly enhance market confidence and auction results. Store your coin properly in a protective holder to prevent further wear or environmental damage. Preservation is essential for maintaining long-term value. The D Washington quarter in circulated condition may appear ordinary at first glance, but it carries potential that many collectors appreciate. While most examples are worth only face value, high-grade coins and rare mint errors can command impressive prices in the auction market. Understanding the coin's history, features, and possible varieties can help you recognize hidden opportunities in your collection. Next up, the United States Washington quarter dollar with the D mint mark, exploring its history, features, rarity in different conditions, and how certain examples have reached impressive auction prices in dollars. Before you spend that next quarter, you may want to examine it more carefully. The Washington quarter series began in 1932 and remained largely unchanged for decades until the introduction of the state quarters program in 1999. The D quarter belongs to the classic eagle reverse design era, just a few years before the major redesign. By quarters were struck in a copper-nickel clad composition, consisting of a pure copper core layered between nickel surfaces. The D mint mark indicates the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the primary facilities producing circulation coinage for the United States. In 1996, the Denver Mint struck hundreds of millions of quarters to meet national demand. While the mintage was high, most of these coins entered heavy circulation, and truly high-grade examples are much harder to find today. The D Washington quarter features the familiar portrait of George Washington facing left, designed by John Flanagan. The word liberty appears boldly above his head, while "In God We Trust" is positioned to the left. The date is displayed on the right side, with the small D mint mark located just below it. In circulated condition, Washington's hair and cheekbone show the earliest signs of wear, while in higher grades, these details remain sharp and well-defined. The reverse displays the powerful heraldic eagle with wings spread wide. The eagle clutches arrows in its talons, symbolizing strength and readiness, and olive branches beneath represent peace. The inscriptions United States of America and E Pluribus Unum curve above the eagle, while quarter dollar is inscribed along the bottom edge. In lower grades, feathered details may appear smooth, while uncirculated coins maintain crisp lines and mint luster. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams and has a reeded edge that reveals a copper stripe, confirming its clad composition. Collectors also examine strike sharpness, surface marks, and overall eye appeal when evaluating value. The D quarter was produced in large numbers, rarity is strongly connected to condition. Circulated coins in good or fine condition are common and typically hold minimal premium. However, high mint state examples, especially those graded MS66 or higher, are much scarcer than most people expect. Coins from the 1990s often show heavy contact marks due to bulk storage and transportation in large mint bags, making flawless examples rare. Another area of strong collector interest involves mint errors. The EO-D quarter has been found with double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and other striking anomalies. These varieties are significantly rarer than standard issues and can attract serious bidding competition at auctions. Collectors building complete Washington quarter sets also create steady demand for high-quality Denver minted coins from the 1990s. In lower circulated grades such as good or very fine, a EO-D quarter is generally worth face value, around $607,000. In extremely fine or about uncirculated condition, the coin may sell for $607,000 depending on its high appeal. Uncirculated mint state examples typically range from $607,000 depending on grade. Coins graded MS66 or higher by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC have sold for several $100s at auction. The sharpest, most well-preserved specimens can bring even stronger prices due to their scarcity in top condition. Error coins represent the highest value potential. A dramatic double die or major off-center strike from EO-D can sell for $607,000, depending on severity and certification. These rare examples are the true treasures that collectors search for in rolls and pocket change. If you find a EO-D Washington quarter, begin by examining its overall condition under good lighting. Check the high points of Washington's portrait and the eagle's feathers to determine the level of wear. Use magnification to inspect the date and mint mark for doubling or unusual features. Avoid cleaning the coin, as cleaning can permanently reduce its value. Original surfaces are always preferred by collectors. If the coin appears to be in exceptional condition or shows signs of a mint error, consider having it evaluated by a reputable coin dealer or submitting it to a professional grading service. Certification can significantly increase market value and buyer confidence. Proper storage is essential. Keep your coins in protective holders and away from moisture to preserve their condition over time. Even modern coins can appreciate in value if maintained carefully. The EO-D Washington quarter may look like an ordinary modern coin, but its value can vary greatly depending on condition and rarity. While most circulated examples are worth only face value, high-grade mint state coins and rare mint errors have achieved impressive prices in the auction market. Understanding the history, features, and potential varieties of this coin allows collectors to spot opportunities others might miss.
Next up, the United States Washington quarter dollar from EO-D with the D mint mark, exploring its history, design features, collector demand, and how certain examples have brought impressive prices at auction. Before you spend that one quarter, you may want to examine it carefully. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, the coin quickly became one of the most recognized pieces of American currency. In EO-D, the U.S. Mint removed silver from quarters and replaced the composition with a copper-nickel clad format due to rising silver prices. By EO-D, the quarter had fully transitioned into the clad era. The D mint mark on the EO-D quarter indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint. During that year, the Denver Mint produced a large number of quarters to meet national circulation needs. While the mintage was high, most of these coins entered daily use and experienced heavy wear, making high-quality survivors more difficult to find today. The EO-D Washington quarter features the familiar left-facing portrait of George Washington. The word Liberty is inscribed above his head, and "In God We Trust" appears to the left. The date EO-D is displayed on the right side, with the small D mint mark located just below it. In worn condition, Washington's hair details and cheekbone are often flattened, but the main design elements remain clear. The reverse showcases the iconic heraldic eagle with wings fully spread. The eagle clutches arrows in its talons, representing strength and readiness, while olive branches beneath symbolize peace. Above the eagle are the inscriptions United States of America and E Pluribus Unum, with quarter dollar along the bottom rim. In circulated coins, the eagle's breast feathers and wingtips are typically the first areas to show wear. The coin is composed of a copper core bonded between outer nickel layers and weighs approximately 5.67 grams. The reeded edge reveals a visible copper stripe, confirming its clad composition. Although the design appears standard, collectors carefully inspect these coins for strike quality, surface preservation, and potential mint errors. While millions of EO-D quarters were struck, most were heavily circulated, and relatively few remain in high mint state grades. Coins from the early 1970s often show weak strikes or numerous contact marks due to mass production and large storage bags at the mint. As a result, sharply struck, well-preserved examples are much scarcer than the original mintage numbers suggest. In addition to condition rarity, collectors are particularly interested in mint errors. Double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and other striking abnormalities have been discovered for this date. These error coins are far rarer than normal circulation pieces and can command strong premiums in the collector market. Demand remains steady among those building complete Washington quarter collections, especially when high-grade Denver examples become available in worn circulated condition. The 1773 Washington quarter is generally worth its face value of $4.3 million. Coins in slightly better circulated grades, such as extremely fine, may sell for $809,000 depending on appeal. Uncirculated examples show a more significant jump in value. Mint state coins can range from $809,000 depending on grade and surface quality. High-grade examples certified at MS66 or above by professional grading services have sold at auction for $809,000, as truly pristine coins from this era are difficult to find. Error coins represent the greatest value potential. A significant double die or dramatic mint error from 1773 can bring $809,000 at auction, depending on the type and severity of the error. These rare varieties are what transform an ordinary quarter into a highly valuable collectible. If you come across a worn 1773 quarter, start by examining it under strong lighting and magnification. Look closely at the date, mint mark, and lettering for any signs of doubling or unusual features. Pay attention to overall strike sharpness and remaining detail in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Avoid cleaning the coin, as cleaning can permanently damage the surface and reduce its value. Even circulated coins are more desirable when their original surfaces remain intact. Weighing the coin to confirm the standard 5.67 grams can help ensure authenticity. If you suspect your coin has an error or appears to be in exceptionally strong condition, consider consulting a reputable coin dealer or submitting it to a professional grading service such as PISGS or NGC. Certification can significantly increase buyer confidence and auction results. Proper storage in protective holders will also help preserve the coin's condition over time. The 1773 Washington quarter in worn condition may appear to be simple pocket change, but it carries more potential than many people realize. While most circulated examples are worth only face value, high-grade coins and rare mint errors have achieved impressive prices in the auction market. Understanding the history, design features, and possible varieties of this coin can help you recognize hidden value in your collection. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a hidden treasure in your pocket change. See you in the next coin hunt.